nation. We were trying to guide you that we have roads which have different responsibilities. We have the central government road, and also we have the community access roads, which are managed by the district and also by the respective sub-counties. In Zombo district, I am very, very proud to mention that we have got a total of 800 kilometer road in the district, out of which 280 are for the district, and 400 kilometers are for the sub-county. But we have managed to at least work on a number of them, such as the Ward Road, which was in a very poor status, Mandebako, Aberi, Munde is currently being worked on. And as I talk, I believe the workmanship is over. Terosi, Badaya Road, with the help of the central government, has been somehow improved. Only that it is left 1 kilometer up to the border. We also have programs for sport grading, which is currently ongoing. We are looking at Aluga Road, Awasi Owenyo, Ruta Ganja, which is going to be started today, Ogana Road, Zeu, Ayaka, and others. However, we have some challenges which we call upon you youths to be change agent as we, the service or as the duty bearer, continue executing our duties. We had the challenge of having Maram in the community. All of us come from the community. Please, we call upon you. If we are to improve on our roads, once we are looking for Maram, let us influence, because you are best at influencing people. Let us influence our parents to allow us to use the Maram in order to improve the road, because that's another big challenge. We have also the challenge of the topography. Once it heavily rains, Okoro land is no longer different from Bagere land. The land is so much prone to heavy sinking water that spoils the road as soon as work has been done on it. Machine is another problem, because many of our machines are in poor conditions. Ideally, we would need a bulldozer to handle some of the complicated areas with rocks. Financial constraint. You will bear me witness that the government used to send a lot of money from the center to support the road infrastructure, but as we talk now, in this particular quarter, each district is going to get only and only 25 million. Now you imagine the 25 million, how they can handle the maintenance of 600 kilometers. So please bear in mind that we are working for the betterment of the society, including you youths. We are very grateful for your agitations. You have mentioned the issue of including youths into programs. My dear youths, I was once a youth. You will also one day become an old, not useless, but an old man like me. I used to participate in the planning process. Many of you, when they are invited for the planning process, the villages, the first question you ask, what am I going to get from the city? That's a very common question upon which I want to urge you. If you don't change the attitude, and yet you have the mind, you have the brain, you have the wisdom to help the society, we shall still be lagging behind. We always involve youth at the village level, at the parish level, at the sub-county, right up at the district. Youth have got their structure, leadership structures. That's why you people you are here. So I wonder somehow how the youths are not being involved. In monitoring, it is our responsibility as per the constitution that you must ensure that there is quality service delivery within your jurisdiction. Don't necessarily go for the government or as be facilitated in order to monitor a project which is ongoing within your area. I urge you. Youths, you are involved in many other government programs. The youth livelihood, many of you were beneficiaries. Many of you were beneficiaries. But in one way or the other, researchers are trying to tell us that you are less trustworthy. I'm not afraid to mention this because in many of the youth groups, refunding is the poorest. As I talk now, in the program, many youth leaders have decided to leave their homes. So I want to, I'm not defending it, but I want to say that youth who are being involved in many of these government programs, only that we have to change our attitudes. You talk about the teenage pregnancy. My dear youths, many among us you here, I'm not afraid to say that some of you might have impregnated girls. Thank you very much, right honorable sitting speaker. It is a matter that touches me so much. I want to appeal to you youths that be the change agents of our society. Well, all these challenges we have mentioned begin with the teenage pregnancies. If you can go back to your respective society, community, and just gather your fellow youths and talk to them as allies, I believe something will happen. I lastly submit that whenever you're talking, my dear youths, let your communication portray attitudinal change of mind to the other youths. Let your communication portray some developmental issues to the youths. Short of that, you always blaming the government, blaming the duty bearer. Good. One day you will put on the shoes. I pray that we work together as somebody's local government. I want to pledge as the chair that all youth activities in Zungu, which are within the legal framework, will be holistically supported. I beg to move.
I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, on behalf of Zungu. Thank you for your submission. Now, I take this one and invite the Speaker of our district local government to at least try as much as possible to summarize, because really we are exhausted and time is not allowing. Thank you. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker, for today's session. In the interest of time, all protocol observed, I want to take the first initiative to thank Action Aid for organizing this very powerful engagement that we are going through right now. I also want to thank the participants for their active participation. Indeed, everybody here has tried to participate actively. And thank you for persevering to be around since morning up to now. It's because you thought it wise to be here in order for you to pursue those issues that are very pertinent to you as the youth. I'll not waste a lot of time. I want to go straight to the issues that have been put to us as duty bearers. I want to appreciate you so much for holding us accountable as duty bearers. Like I told you earlier on, when you elected us, you gave us the opportunity to work, the mandate to work for you. And it is very right for you to demand accountability from us as duty bearers. Now, to begin with, the involvement of the youth comes with a lot of responsibility. Let us all be aware that if the youth are to be involved, they should also show signs of responsibility in whatever they do. Even the Constitution of Uganda talks about our rights, our responsibility alongside our rights. So, as we demand for our rights, we need also to show, to be responsible in whatever we do. Because if we demand for the rights and we don't act responsibly, then it will not make sense. Then when you look at employment opportunities to the youth, that still remains a very big challenge to us, even to the entire government.
Members, order. Please, let's listen.
Because
Order.
the youth sometimes try to look at formal, employment being, a prerequisite, or like being something that they should do at all times. We should also appreciate that in the formal sector, sometimes there may not be opportunities. But if we have opportunities in the informal sectors, let's make use of those opportunities through the different programs that government have tried to come up with. And then also, when you look at issues like the challenges of the roads that we mentioned earlier on, already I have seen on the social media platform, already there is indicative planning figure for the road maintenance for sub-counties and districts and the different districts. That means government is trying to do something, but because of the different challenges that government is facing, for example, right now, we are hearing of the budget cuts. Those budget cuts have affected not only the Greater Navy, but the entire, country. So sometimes as leaders, we are trying our best, but because of those other challenges that are beyond our control, you may look at us as if we are not, doing enough. You must appreciate that we, as leaders, sometimes those other challenges hinder us, to perform to your expectations. But however, we have always tried our best. Then somebody talked of early marriages. This issue of early marriages, I think, goes back to us as the youth, especially the male, because we are the perpetrators. Are we not the perpetrators? Who are those youth? Who are those people who are impregnating our youth female? In most cases, the majority of the other pregnancies we are getting are from the youth male. So when we talk of early pregnancies, let us point back at ourselves as the youth male. How much are we doing to ensure that we control that? As a mother, I feel the pain when my girl does not achieve her objective because somebody stopped her on the way. Now, we must also believe that the youth have got their structures. We have the structures right from the grassroots level up to the nation, up to central government. Because when you look at the village level, you will find that the youth have their structures. From there, it goes to the sub-counties and to the districts. At the district, we may not have offices for the youth that are really particular for them, but we have people, the offices that are in charge of those youth. We have the office of the district community service. Those offices, let's make use of them. Let's reach those offices and find out what is there for us. Most youth do not want to go to those big offices to find out what is there for them. I don't know what they fear, why they fear to go to those offices. Now, when we look at monitoring, the issue of monitoring by the youth, monitoring is the role of every citizen. Except when you are reporting, you need to follow a channel of reporting those issues, those other findings that we've got from monitoring. Now, when you're monitoring, when you do your monitoring and you don't report to us, how will we know that those issues are there? A very responsible citizen is supposed to also participate in monitoring those other projects that we have on the ground. Now, I want to make a commitment because the other people who have spoken before me have said quite a lot that are very useful. I want to commit that all the resolutions that have been made from this forum, that is within our jurisdiction as Pakwach District Local Government, we shall try to push it and ensure that we work on them. Those ones that are beyond us, we shall try to push them to the level, to those people where they can, also work on them at that other level. The other commitment I want to make is to ensure that we involve the youth in all the forums. We have been doing that, but I also want to make reassurance that we shall not stop involving the youth in every forum where they are supposed to make decisions on issues that are very pertinent to them as youth. Thank you so much for listening to me. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for your parental and we really appreciate your submission. Clerk to Parliament, next item on the order paper. Clerk to Parliament, next item on the order paper.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are moving on. The next agenda is adjournment of the parliamentary session.
Thank you very much, our dear ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of this August House, distinguished guests, actually Uganda, different representatives of CSO. I really appreciate you for being part and parcel of this discussion that we have held the day today. I thank there is a need that we now to push towards actually Uganda that such a very fruitful and mandatory cities that the youth deserve should also once for all be featuring in the next future as we review the performance of the Parliament. The recommendations the young people came up with, resolutions, we need to review them and see which one we have failed and which one we have achieved so that we keep the unity as well. The next is different stakeholders in the next parliamentary session. I pray it is there that we should at least try to engage our different members of parliament, different LC5s, the DPCs, the RDCs, the DSOs, and the chairpersons of the ruling party NRM to always engage themselves in such a fruitful discussion so that where there is need for them to come in and see the agenda of the young person, they should come in, and where need be, they make commitments as we see the progress of the young person in this nation. We need to, and another appeal I put as the speaker of this session is that the recommendations and the minutes taken by Clerk of Parliament should not be taken as a paper, but instead should be prepared very well, signed and documented, such that in every resolution that we have made, there is a point of reference and it's seen as one of the documents that the young people once in a while engage themselves in the greater navy to pass some resolutions. With these few closing remarks, anyway, I don't know, this one I need guidance because I've reached where reversing might be a little bit hard. It's not arrogancy, but I need some little guidance. Okay, I've been guided enough that the mandate I have now is to close the parliamentary session but the chairman 5 shall have his closing remarks after we have closed the session. With a few words mentioned, I really thank you for being part. I thank ActionAid Uganda for having engaged the young people in such a discussion that will see brighter future of this nation, particularly Greater Navy. With the power given to me as the speaker of this sitting today, I therefore declare the parliamentary session of tonight adjourned.
Who has a good voice? We can have one stanza of the national anthem. Our power is not here.
Let us sing national anthem.
Thank you. We want to thank the Right Honorable Speaker. May we give a hand of clap for him. May we also extend our hand of clap to the clerk of the Parliament and the Sergeant at Arms. So we will thank them so much for this wonderful job. And so now here we are. Our lunch is ready.